He was once a computer operator for the supermarket chain QuickSave. His early bands were the Hairy Hippie, the Toilets, and then the 17. But in 1981, he formed the Alarm, described by Bono of U2 as the second greatest rock and roll band in the world. The Alarm had hits like 68 Guns, Spirit of 76, Rain in the Summertime, and Where Were You When the Storm Broke? And they've sold over 6 million albums worldwide. He is Mike Peters, MBE, appointed a member of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire in 2019 for services to cancer care. Because back in 1995, Mike Peters was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, or cancer. It returned again 10 years later, but with chemotherapy, again, Mike overcame it, only for it to return again last year. But once again, Mike has been treated, he's fit and well, and he's back performing live, and his one-man show comes to the Court Theatre in Tring this coming Wednesday night, and he'll be playing all the classic Alarm songs. I'm delighted that Mike joins us from his home in North Wales now. Hello.
Hi, Mike. Great to be on the show. How are you?
I'm all right. What about you? I mean, tell us firstly about your health, because last year your leukemia returned for a third time, didn't it?
Yeah, it came back really strong. I'd had pneumonia as well, so it was like a double whammy. Placed my life in jeopardy, to be honest, but I was lucky to have great treatment from the NHS, and the medical team really stepped in and found a new way to keep me going. I changed the whole drug regime. It was touch and go whether I could accept it, but I was able to get there.
Was that partly because the previous drugs that had been so effective, they were no longer working positively for you?
That's right, yeah. They'd run out of power to keep me going, and I think that was possibly because I'd caught pneumonia, and that really changed the dynamic of my immune system. So I needed to get to a new drug, really, and luckily I had to be in hospital for a long time to get used to it. And, it wasn't a guarantee that I would get across the line, but I made it, and I'm very thankful to be alive again.
Absolutely. But what mindset did you have, to get you through this yet again? Was it sheer willpower and determination, with you saying, look, I'm going to fight this, I'm not going to give up?
It was really, to be honest, in hospital these days, we live in quite litigious times, don't we? And so I don't think the nurses and the doctors can give you any false hopes. They just give you the facts today because of the way we live. And so you have to generate your own hope in a way. The doctors wouldn't quite tell me what was really going on in terms of outcomes anyway. They were giving me the harsh reality. But I had to sort of really step in and generate my own hope. And I was able to bring my guitar into the hospital, so I knew I was there for a long time. And the nurses, when I said, can I have my guitar? They were like, well, no one's ever asked that before, but don't see why not.
What, so you were entertaining the staff?
Yeah, and all the other guys on the ward. And I was only really playing quietly just to keep my fingers going. I was determined to come out of hospital on my own 2 feet. I've got 2 boys, and I didn't want them to see their dad being unwell, because there was no visitation at the hospital at the time because it was post-pandemic. Protocols were in place, so I could only have my wife come and see me for 1 hour a day. That was it. So I wanted to walk home really as best I could. I didn't want to come home with assistance. So I was in a pretty bad way. And so at night, in between all the IV sessions, I'd walk the corridors and I'd play my guitar. And at first I was playing really quietly. And then the staff would come in and the other guys on the ward, like I was saying earlier, and they would say, can you play a little bit louder? I'm enjoying hearing the guitar, above the noise. Because there's a lot of noise in hospital. And all the little heart monitors, the beep, 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 and things like that. They became my little rhythm tracks. And before I knew it, I was writing new music. And I wasn't expecting to do that, but it just arrived. And it's become part of this new record, Forwards, that we're releasing this June.
We'll come on to that. But were there horrible side effects during this treatment as well?
Yeah, well, my lungs filled up with blood as well, so that wasn't very pleasant. And I had to have a drain inserted into my back, and I had to lie on my side for 8 to 9 days while the drain was releasing all the blood and the fluids from my lung. And so that was another touch and go situation. That wasn't nice to lie on my side for all that time. I couldn't really move very well. So that's why I was really intent on keeping as much movement as I possibly could find. I couldn't play guitar while I was lying on my side, so I used my imagination a lot. That's what kept me going, really, was the thought of coming home. And I really focused on my well-being and channeled as much positive energy as I possibly could, willing the treatments to work as well as they could. I think that does help. I've learned that over the years. I think if you stay positive and you will the drugs into your body and allow them to do their thing, then it can help. Sometimes think if you have negative thoughts and you think, oh, this isn't going to work, it creates negativity, it blocks passages maybe in your nerves, or I don't know what it is, but there's obviously a massive link between the way we think and the way we live, and I think if you can harness all that into the same direction, it can only help the outcome.
We're talking to Mike Peters here on BBC Three Counties Radio. Mike is appearing live this coming Wednesday, the 31st of May at the Court Theatre in Tring. We'll talk about that in a moment, but let's play some music. And this is Mike acoustically from the 2009 acoustic live album, Love, Hope and Strength.
Give me love, hope and strength. Give me love, hope and strength to carry on. Give me love, hope and strength. Give me love, hope and strength to carry on. Through the whitewashed corridors and the UV lights, past deserted dreams to the end of night, past the click, 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 click of the killing machines, till you put your hand again in mine. Give me love, hope and strength. Give me love, hope and strength to carry on. Give me love. Sometimes when I don't understand, when I don't know why, when I don't know what for, you come to me with reassurance, with your guiding light, with your hand in mine.
Love, Hope and Strength here on BBC Three Counties Radio from my very special guest. I guess really the death-defying man that is Mike Peters, a force of nature.
Death-defying.
Yeah. Another motivation for you wanting, obviously, to get well, apart from for your wife Jules and your family, as you said, was to try to be fit for the annual event called The Gathering of fans of the Alarm from all around the world in Llandudno, which was in January of this year. And I think that was the 30th anniversary of The Gathering, wasn't it?
It was, Mike. Yeah, we started the event in 1992. It began in Real Town Hall and just grown and grown every year. And it really became a role reversal kind of event where myself and the band would get to stay at home and the fans do all the touring. When we're on the road, sometimes we often say the travelling is what we get paid for, getting into the hotels and on the planes. We go on stage for free. And I think we decided to put the fans through all that, and we got to stay at home and just play the gig. And it meant we could play a lot longer. We could learn more songs because we didn't have to do all the travelling. And the event's just grown and grown, and the fans look forward to coming, meeting each other. You know, whether they're from Holland and they're meeting up someone from New York, or someone from Los Angeles is meeting someone from Liverpool. It's a fantastic event, and it creates an incredible atmosphere without us being on the stage. So when we do get on the stage and we bring the music into the arena, it's an explosive kind of concert.
So was that your first live event after being in hospital with cancer and pneumonia?
Mike, yeah.
So what was that? Must have been pretty emotional, wasn't it, for you as well as the fans?
Yeah, it was honestly, it was incredible, because when I walked on the stage, I wasn't sure whether I was going to make it through the whole weekend. I just didn't know. You know, I had an idea because we'd been rehearsing, so I knew I could sing every day in rehearsal. But singing in rehearsal is one thing, but crossing the line and performing in a concert is different. And when I did cross the line on the Friday night, I was like, what's going on? I could hear some music going on that I wasn't expecting. I thought, oh, someone's left something on in the PA. And it was the fans had arranged some piano music to be played, and they started singing to me. And they sort of secretly got together on the internet and through emails and communication and said, look, Mike's always sung for us no matter what he's gone through. He's always made it. So this year we'll sing for him. And it was incredibly emotional because I was not expecting it. Everyone kept it a secret from me. And it was a mind-blowing moment. And it just elevated the whole situation and allowed me to do what I had to do. And it was 2 massively emotional concerts. And I think I was relieved because the one thing I did get from the fans in the build-up to the gathering was because I really wasn't sure if I'd be able to sing in the way I was accustomed. And they were just saying, well, even if you can't sing, Mike, we're coming together just to meet each other and celebrate the music and your life. And if you can't sing a note, we're still coming. So don't cancel your gig whatsoever because we're going to be there. So,
well, you could always talk, even if you weren't able to play, I suppose, and people would pay good money to do that, eh?
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering, since then, you've got sort of a lot of energy back in order to go out on this electroacoustic solo tour.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's been fantastic, I've got to say. I didn't want to commit to a whole band situation so soon after coming out of hospital, but I thought I'd go out and play acoustic and then if anything untoward happened, it's not such a heavy situation in terms of the logistics. But it's been liberating, I've got to say. I bring a lot of energy to the shows. The fans do too. I play a lot of songs right across the catalogue. So far, it's been absolutely incredible. I can't wait to play in Tring. I've been there once before to the Court Theatre, and it was an incredible show. And Stuart Pearce, the ex-England fullback, was there, and it was a fantastic night.
I wonder if he'll be coming on Wednesday. I was at that night as well. We're talking to Mike Peters. We'll talk more in a moment. Let's play another one of his well-known songs that perhaps he'll play on Wednesday, Walk Forever by My Side.
Walk forever by my side, never lose sight of the day when we will run through all our weakness, on through the fields strewn with our broken trails. By my side, stay forever in the light, never lose sight of the way, for I alone can't face the future. I need your strength to help me make it through. The veil from my eyes, for I am weak and I am foolish. I need your love to see me through the darkness. Hope you'll stay with me tonight.
From the 2009 acoustic live album, Mike Peters and Walk Forever by My Side here on BBC Three Counties Radio. You've been in America, I think, last weekend as well, haven't you?
I was, yeah. I'd gone out to America for a promo tour to make America aware of the new album. Because I can't tour as much as I would like to at the moment because I'm having so much hospital treatment every other week. And so I went for a burst into America, and what a trip it was. I ended up doing a session with Steve Earle in New York, and
Wow.
I went to LA, and I ended up on stage with Wayne Kramer from the MC5, playing with Peter Buck from REM, and it was amazing. You know, it was a fantastic trip, and then I'm straight back into the British tour.
The songs that you'll be performing on Wednesday in Tring, you will have sung live hundreds, if not thousands of times before. By the sound of it, they're still fresh for you and for the fans, and it's very exciting to be able to get up on stage and perform them yet again. And you know, you've always been that energetic frontman, that performer. You don't just go through the motions, do you, Mike?
No, I don't hold back when I get on stage. Even if it's a quiet song, I like to get into the depth of the emotion and know why I'm singing the lyrics. And you know, I'm not afraid to sing any song from the Alarm catalogue, because the benchmark of an Alarm song for me was always, can it be played on an acoustic guitar one-on-one in that kind of intimate situation? And all the Alarm songs can stand up in that environment, so I can play them all. And you know, I've brought out some gems that people think, oh, I'll never get to hear that song again, and they do. You know, since the pandemic, when the protocols were eased, we were able to do events for 30 people in Wales, and we've got our own sort of chapel apartments, and which were part of our recording studio, and we've got a venue in the village, and we had 30 people come up and stay. Some nights I'd say to them, okay, well, I'm just going to play the set list of all your songs. And at first people were polite and they put 1 or 2 requests in. When the word got out, after a few weeks, it was like people putting 10 requests each in. and so I played them all. And it made these amazing occasions. And that's the energy I'm sort of bringing out onto the tour, trying to get as many songs into the night as I possibly can.
So you've got acoustic guitar, obviously. You've got electric guitar as well, perhaps, and harmonica and even keyboards.
No, well, my guitar, it's known as the Deceiver because it's deceiving. It looks acoustic, but it's got an electric guitar underneath the hood as well. It can be a bass at times. I can make it sound like a piano if I have to. I'm using all these new breakthroughs in music making equipment, really, and little pedals that can transfer the sound of the guitar. I play a drum with my feet. I can loop it. I have 3 microphones across the stage, so I can sing one verse on stage right and get across to stage left for the second verse. So I can really engage the audience, not just from a central position, but from all over the stage. And it's almost like I can be a front man without a guitar, but I do bring my guitar along with me. And it makes for a great atmosphere in the whole venue because everyone gets close to the action, and it's really intimate.
Get your tickets then to see Mike Peters live at the Court Theatre in Tring. It's near to the railway station in Tring, that side of the town. Their website is courttheatre.co.uk, courttheatre.co.uk, and you can also go on the Alarm's website, thealarm.com. So since you came out of hospital, since you did The Gathering in Llandudno in January, you've now then recorded a brand new Alarm album, have you, Mike?
That's right, Mike. Yeah, I'd written all the songs while I was in hospital. And that started in a way because one particular time there was a gentleman stood at the end of my bed in my periphery. I kind of looked up and he said, "It's Mike Peters, isn't it?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he said, my dad's down the ward. I've flown from America to see him, and I knew it was you. And I've been on all the Alarm forums because I'm a massive fan. I've told them all that you're in the cancer centre. And I was like, oh no, people think I'm in hospital. They'll know I'm in hospital again. And so I decided to go online and reassure everybody with a letter. And I signed the letter off with the word Forwards. And it was all, at that second, I thought, oh, that's an album title, isn't it, for the Alarm, for sure. And before you know it, I was writing all these songs and everything came to me. And quickly, I did a set of demos. As soon as I got out of hospital, I went into my studio, did a set of demos in a day. It was that quick. And that became the beginnings of the album. It was very direct. It communicated to all the other musicians. And in the lockdown, we'd learned to make music via file sharing methods, and we all have our own studios. And before we knew it, the album was there. It was in the present, and here it is. It's being released on June the 16th, and it's called Forwards. And we're very proud of the record and had a great response to it so far. And it's right up there with the best records we've ever made, I believe.
Wow, that's fantastic. And there's a single already out called New Standards. Mike, thank you so much for sharing all that's been going on. And
thanks, Mike.
Over 40 years in the music business. See Mike live this coming Wednesday, May 31st at the Court Theatre in Tring. It's going to be an amazing gig. Let's get it full. Tickets going pretty well, but let's sell some more and get it full. I played 68 Guns the other day, and it's just kind of like your Bruce Springsteen Born to Run moment, I think. And amazing production, amazing instruments on it. Really, really powerful. But as you say, all the Alarm songs translate to being played acoustically. A lot of people might find that surprising, but I want to play finally your acoustic version live. And the chords in this I just love as well,
Well, it's got one of those transitions from when the song is playing in the very first instance. It's all in the major key, but when it gets to the chorus, the D major becomes a D minor, and that throws the whole thing out, and that gives it that big lift off when you get to the chorus. And we're always on the lookout for those kind of moments in songs. I love it when you can find a major to minor transition and then back again. It really creates a big uplift and a lot of beauty in music.
You're an absolute star, absolute legend, and let's hope now that you remain in remission for many, many more years to come, Mike.
I will, Mike, don't you worry. As the song says, I'll never die. 68 Guns will never die.
Cheers. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thanks, Mike. Thank you.
And now they're trying to take my life away. Forever young, I cannot stay. On every corner I can see land there. They don't know my name, they don't know my kind. They're after you with their promises. They're after you to sign your life away. I said 68 guns will never die. 68 guns are battle cry. 68 guns. 68 guns. The 68, living in the backstreet, that's our home from home. The painted walls are all we ever know. The guns forever, that's our battle cry. It is the flag we fly so high. For every day they try and drag us down, I cry with anger, I have done no crime. 68 guns will never die. 68 guns are battle cry. 68 guns. 68 guns. The 68. Upon the terrace, I can hear the crowd roar. 68. Down in the subway, I said, through all the rage and glory of the air, we never once thought of the fears for what we do. When the battle cry was over, oh, nothing lasts forever. It's all I seem to tell you when you're, yeah. for such the